What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin. In this video, I want to talk about not specifically break down, every single trade, every single acquisition or guy that was re-signed. I want to talk about free agency winners and losers. I'm just gonna go through teams I thought were winners and losers. If your opinion is different, if it's really close, then that's fine. Uh, let's start with losers, and and this is in no particular order, so it's not like this team was a bigger loser than that. I just want to say teams that were losers. New England Patriots. Um, and you lose Shane Vereen in free agency. You lose both Browner and Darrell Reeves. And I know a lot of people saying this team just came off winning the Super Bowl, but to lose two starting cornerbacks, guys that played really well, it's a big deal. So I have to pick those guys in there. Then also releasing Vince Wilfork, who was on the tail end of his career, but to me it was mainly losing those two corners that you know I think completely turned around that defense. You can't tell me that Reeves and especially Reeves, who was locking up most receivers he defended, and obviously Brown coming back after his four game suspension, coming and bringing that physical presence in there. You can't tell me that didn't improve that defense. So they're more than likely going to take a step back. We'll have to see, but they're going to take a step back. Losing that type of talent in the secondary is huge. So they're definitely up there as one of my losers. Offensively, they're still fine. They're still probably going to make some moves to improve offensively. So we'll have to wait and see what they do to, I guess, kind of get out of that loser thing. But to me, they're there with just losing those two corners. Um, let's see. Another loser, Broncos, losing Orlando Franklin, losing Julius Thomas, who they weren't going to match that deal, losing Terrence Knighton, who's a good run stopper, and losing Raheem Moore were big. And then you're trying to get on Daniels to replace Julius Thomas, which I just don't see happening. I think it's going to happen. Peyton Manning, he does one thing he's been able to do is make tight ends look really good. But I thought they were another one of the losers of free agency. Um, I would also like to say, let me see, another loser. Hmm. Baltimore Ravens. They had a trader Haloti Nada. They lost. And they're not. It's not as bad as some other teams. But losing Haloti Nada was pretty good for them. Obviously he got suspended for PD usage, breaking that getting suspended for that. Also, Torrey Smith leaving, so they weren't going to be able to pay him what San Francisco ended up paying him. So you know I would definitely put him up there, especially seeing they also let Jacoby Jones walk, so they kind of took away on some of although he wasn't having he didn't have a good season, especially compared to how he was the year before. He played a lot better. So I can completely understand why you know they would let him walk. But Torrey Smith, Lodinata, I think those were big contributing players that you know they they lost. The Philadelphia Eagles are not up here. I would definitely put them up here. Yes, they did. They did sign DeMarco Murray. They did sign Ryan Matthews. They did get Kiko Alonso. They did get Maxwell. So I would kind of consider them a winner and loser. If that makes any fucking sense. Um, they won because they bolstered their defense, and they pretty much what they got at running back, and then they still have Darren Sproles under contract. So running back, nothing, they're still going to be fine. You get DeMarco Murray, Ryan Matthews, and Darren Sproles, but they might end up doing something with him as well. Still think they're fine at running back. Wide receiver, Jeremy Maclin walking. Um, and then you get to bring in Sam. To me, the biggest one was Sam Bradford over Nick Foles. Sam Bradford, a guy who's often injured, didn't understand that. So to me, that was one. Where uh, Well, they did win. Kiko Alonso, they got him but at a high price for LaShawn McCoy, so I really didn't understand that. Um, but Maxwell, good defender, although they paid him a lot of money. Also signing Walter Thurman, they got him cheap. I believe it was a 1 year deal. So I think they bolstered that defense. They did lose Trent Cole. So I gotta see what else they do, but to me they're not. I guess you could put them right there, so can't say they're either. To me, they're more on the losing side for everything they did lose, and then the court trading of the quarterbacks, which I felt as though it was completely pointless. And then they re-signed Mark Sanchez. Hmm. Um, let's see. Let's talk about winners, because I already mentioned some of the losers. Also, another loser. San Francisco 49ers. Justin Smith walked. Paid a lot of money to Torrey Smith. Um, Patrick Willis retired, and they did not. They also lost Mikey Potty, and it didn't improve. They did get Darnell Dockey. I like that one. I guess that's why they let Justin Smith walk. But Dockett's coming off a major injury. And he didn't play a single game last season, so we don't know how he's going to bounce back. I don't know. I just don't. The defense keep taking steps back, and also Patrick Willis retired, and Bowman he didn't play last year, and he is another guy who came off that horrific injury a couple years ago. That defense is gonna look bad. He more than likely Bowman's gonna be there, but Patrick Willis gone. I thought that was huge. So I think it's another team that lost. They still got some talent offensively. Also Crabtree, they haven't re-signed him. Who knows what they're gonna do with him? So that's another one, another loser. Now winners, Colts getting Andre Johnson. To me, they are the biggest winners of the free agency, especially seeing what the team already has. You get Andre Johnson, you get Frank Gore defensively. You also get Trent Cole. Let's see, that was another defender they ended up getting. Let me see who that was. Be sure. Kendall Langford. They signed a 4 year deal with them. So I thought they bolstered the front seven, which they needed to do because they still struggle against the run. They're gonna be able to get pressure on quarterbacks. Then you have Robert Mathis coming back. I think they made some, also letting go of Trent Richardson, who was a big headache and was a bum, and Hakeem Nicks, who didn't do anything for them, especially replacing him with Andre Johnson. It's sad to see Reggie Wayne go, but if it was they were able to sign Andre Johnson, who at this point still has more left than Reggie Wayne, I guess it was worth it. Yeah, the Colts have done a great job of getting a running back who's actually going to run the ball, getting another receiver, outside of T.Y. Hilton, and improving that front seven. So I thought they did a really good job. Definitely a team that improves every single year, and especially with the Broncos and the Patriots kind of taking steps back. I thought they're doing a good job of catching up, especially with the Patriots. The Patriots had that number. Let's see the Cardinals. I'm sorry. Cardinals. Sean Weatherspoon, Mikey Potty, Corey Peters. Um, Let me see. They let Donald Dockett go. Um, Jared Valdir and Dan Williams. Thought they've done a good job. Then their quarterback is going to come back. So I think they're looking pretty good. Also, Fitzgerald, of course, is coming back. He was a free agent. I mean, I thought the Cardinals were another winner of free agency. Let me see, another winner. This is a surprise. Actually, I got two more. The Jets re-signing David Harris, getting Reeves, paid him a lot of money. Getting Cromartie, getting Buster Screen. They improved that secondary. Really like what they've been doing. It was, and getting Brandon Marshall for absolutely nothing. They still have some problems in the offensive line. They still have quarterback issues, but I think defensively they definitely improved. The defensive line is still good. Uh, I really like what I saw from them defensively, offensively. That quarterback and the offensive line to me are still the two biggest problems. But I guess they still count on Geno Smith to hopefully see what he can do. I mean, we got another receiver opposite of Eric Decker. Hopefully they can do something. Another big winner, team that spent a lot of money, so they should be winners. Um, Jacksonville Jaguars, Julius Thomas, Jared Odrick, Jeremy Furnell, Devon House, Sergio Brown, Dan Scooter. Um, you know, then you have Blake Bortles, who is a guy who has some potential. Who's a guy who has some potential. I, I think they've done all right, but they had to spend a lot of money. They spent a lot of money on these guys. Hopefully, they can pay dividends. But Jacksonville started playing later, better later down the road. They're still losing a bunch of games, but I thought they kept the games closer. Especially once they changed coaches. But we'll have to see. With these guys, because Julius Thomas still a question mark playing outside of with Peyton Manning. We'll have to see because tight ends that haven't played with they play with Peyton and stop playing with Peyton have not produced well. We'll have to see. He's being paid a lot of money. I think that was another team that was a winner. Um, and I think those are the really only teams that I feel as though are well, they'll be on my list now. So that means losers: New England, Denver. Um, I want to say the Eagles are there. 49ers are definitely there. And what other team I said? Those are the teams I said. And for winners, Jacksonville, Indianapolis Colts, also Seattle. Uh, I forgot to add that Seattle is also a winner. Getting didn't lose much. They did lose Maxwell, but they weren't going to pay him that much. They re-signed them. They signed Kerry Williams, and they got Jimmy Graham. They lost Max Unger, but he was hurt during the playoffs. Thought that was a big pickup getting Jimmy Graham. Huge pickup. They are winners alone for that. So they're one of the winners. Um, I said the Colts, the Cardinals, also winners, and I think those were the teams I said were winners. Jack, okay. Um, Another team I didn't mention. Teams just keep coming up in my head as a loser. New Orleans losing Jimmy Graham. From a pit, Seattle as a winner, New Orleans becomes a loser. They did get Max Unger, but they lost Jimmy Graham, the biggest offensive weapon. But they did get Browner. This is the reason I didn't include them. They did get Browner. They did get they're gonna have Jerry Bird come back. But I don't know, losing Jimmy Graham was huge. But I wouldn't put him in there. Mm, I'm on the fence about it. I'm not gonna put him in there. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. Biggest winners or losers of free agency. What did your team do in free agency? And out of the free agents left, which there's still some good ones out. Who do you think your team picks up, or where do you think this guy goes? Let me know down in the comment section what you think. Go see that thumbs up button. Subscribe. I'm out.